This narrative going around that the Premier League has worse players than PSG and Bayern across the board, and it isn't anything to do with fatigue, is absolutely bonkers. Here is PSG's starting 11 from last night. Their combined minutes in Ligue 1 this season is 15,401. This is Bayern Munich's starting 11 from the game last night. Their combined minutes in the Bundesliga is 18,042. Here is what could be considered as Arsenal's best starting 11. If they had a Champions League final tomorrow and everyone was fit, this is probably what Arteta would pick. The combined amount of minutes in the Premier League for this starting 11 this season is 23,423. If we drill down to specific players, here's some more statistics. Reece James, who is cited as not as good as these players and is always injured according to most fan bases, has played twice as many minutes in the Premier League this season than Ousmane Dembele has in Ligue 1. Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo individually have played as many league minutes in the last 2 seasons as João Neves has in his entire career. No, I'm a bit of a hypocrite right now, but I was wrong. I made a video a few weeks ago saying that I felt like all of these postponed games that PSG had and the lack of quality that PSG and Bayern had in their leagues could hinder them going into the latter stages of the Champions League because they weren't able to keep up intensity and momentum. The fact is, the way that they play and the sheer physical toll the Premier League takes on all of its teams from week to week means that PSG and Bayern have benefited massively. The level of rotation they have been able to do this season is completely unprecedented and means that they can play like they played last night. This is before we get to the quality of the leagues that they actually play in. In the Bundesliga, the bottom half of the league have won 9 out of their total last 45 games. In Ligue 1, that's 5. Yes, in the bottom half of Ligue 1, in total, in their last 45 games, those teams have won 5 of those games. So what happens when these teams play PSG and Bayern Munich? Well, when PSG played Chelsea at the end of a 60 to 70 game season where they went full throttle to win a treble last season and Chelsea were able to rotate in the Conference League in that season, Chelsea smacked them 3-0 in a game that they physically dominated them in. If you go back to the Champions League semi-finals last year where PSG beat Arsenal over 2 legs, Declan Rice, who apparently isn't anywhere near any of these players or any of these midfielders he's playing against, was arguably the best midfielder across both legs and physically competed with them across those 180 minutes. The problem with a lot of these discussions around the quality of the Premier League and the entertainment value in the Premier League right now is that there is a difference between entertainment and quality. They don't equal the same thing. The quality of football and the quality of coaching in the Premier League is miles clear of any other league in Europe, but that is what causes the lack of entertainment in the football being played, because every single team is so good when they don't have the ball that every team cancels each other's out when they play them. I have no doubts that if you put those 4 wingers that played in that game for Bayern and PSG last night in the Premier League, they'd probably be the best 4 wingers in the league. That isn't the argument I'm making. The argument I'm making is that the level of the Premier League and the quality of the Premier League and the quality of the players in the Premier League can compete with any other league in the world. The entertainment value has nothing to do with the quality of football being played, and fatigue is a real thing. I can't believe, I don't know how many times, I did this with Caicedo, I don't know how many times people need to understand. People saying, like our own fans, I'm a Chelsea fan, our own fans are still saying that Caicedo has dropped off a cliff. He's played 120 games in 2 years without a break longer than 2 weeks.